for the student athletes. We'll dismiss them, and then we'll open it up for questions for Coach Harper.
Wow. Great college basketball game. Steve, hats off to Arkansas Little Rock. It's a great basketball team, and our kids were resilient once again. Just when you thought it was about to get away from us, we made a run. We wouldn't quit. I thought our live ball turnovers was what really was hurting us. They were turning those into buckets, and down the stretch, our press took effect. We turned them over a little bit, got some easy buckets, but these guys, they won't quit. Someone's going to have to beat us to send us home here in the next couple of days.
Any questions for the student athletes?
Chad Bishop, Bowling Green Daily News. Derrick, can you explain what happened over those last 6-7 minutes of this ball game?
Oh man, no, it was just time to turn it up. We had a big lead on us, but every huddle, we told us that we wasn't gonna stop fighting. That's what we did. We pulled together as a group and came out the duck.
Cole Claymore from the College Heights Herald. Derrick, you finished with 25 points and 15 rebounds. Did you have any idea that you were having that kind of impact, both offensively and defensively?
Nah, not at all. 15 rebounds. Just like before, I like to go get rebounds. And, I wasn't the only one helping. It was a group effort. I don't like to think of nothing individually. This win was a team effort.
Brad Stevens, College Heights Herald. George, did you notice maybe a change in the body language of Little Rock once you all started chipping away at their lead, get it to 6, then 4, and then 2, making that run? Did you notice them starting to tighten up a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Start rushing things. Early in the game, we were getting frustrated because we were turning the ball over, getting our shot blocked. Too much we was moving too fast. But these last 6 minutes, they started turning the ball over and they started speeding up and turning the ball over even more. That just helped us out more.
Jeff Woods, WKU. George, was this a game when you were down by 13? Was this a game that you would have been able to win maybe a month ago?
I can't say. I don't know I guess I could say no. Coach Harper coming in, helping us out, playing better, a lot more confidence. Just happy we got to win.
Derrick or George, either of you can answer this. I guess whenever they did go up by 13, what was the message when you guys said maybe at a timeout or something? Or what did you guys say in a huddle? What did you guys do to regroup yourselves and start chipping away?
Well, we're not going home. We just kept fighting. We knew, it was going to be hard for a game. We just kept fighting and fighting. No matter if it was up by 20, we was going to keep on fighting. We just pulled away.
Anything else?
Phil Skaggs, Seminole Record, Hot Springs. George, down the stretch, you guys got the lead, and then I think you had 3 straight block shots. Can you talk a little bit about what happened there in that stretch?
Just shot at timed it. I timed it pretty good. I watched him. I didn't really guard 12 as much, but I was timing him. I seen that he likes to go over his right shoulder with his left hand. Maybe take 2 or 3 bully dribbles and then go up. I timed it pretty good, I'll say. Also with the guards, I timed it just again timing. This whole thing, that's the thing you got to do.
You guys got to come back again tomorrow night at the same time against a tough Denver team. Are you guys worried at all about fatigue playing a factor after such a hard-fought game against UALR?
No, I think we're a whole different team than last time we played them. We're not Denver this time, so I don't have to worry about that. But I think we'll come out and fight just like we did tonight and the night before that. I know we are.
Anything else?
George, at what point did you sense that momentum starting to shift? They had that lead. I think Khalil maybe started it with a 3. At what point did you start to feel the momentum turning your all's way?
I can't say. I think we had Khalil hit a 3, and then we got a turnover. Derrick got a turnover after that. He forced a turnover after that and scored. After that, I knew it was over for him. We had a momentum going our way, and once we get that going, it's hard to stop us.
Anything else? Okay. Dismiss the players now. Thanks, guys. Questions for Coach Harper?
Coach, can you explain what happened in the last 6-7 minutes of the ball game?
We just kept playing. I told them during the timeout, guys, there's a lot of basketball to be played. We're not going to catch up with, quick shots or bad shots. We've got to do a good job defensively. We're going to get a little more aggressive with our pressure. We ran some man-to-man pressure at them, and we switched to the zone press, and it really caused them some problems. And our guys did a great job of rotating. I think they threw it in. We went to the zone press. They threw it in. We trapped. They took a timeout, and we weren't. I knew they were drawing up whatever to attack it, but we felt like that we could turn them over. I thought they were starting to look a little fatigued. And like I said, I've got a group of guys that are resilient, and they're going to keep fighting, like Derrick said.
Last night you said you kind of know what you're going to expect out of Derrick each night. I mean, tonight it just seemed like he was extra focused and just obviously finished with double-double. Just how do you explain his performance tonight?
Old reliable, big game. You find out in big games about big-time players. You've all seen them. If you've covered sports, you've seen big game players. They like the limelight. The bigger the stage, the better they like it. We had some really unsung heroes, so to say. I thought Carl Kumene was a difference again tonight. I thought he was the guy. I mean, I know Derrick had 25 and 15. Carl was the one that got it turned with his energy. I looked down at Jackson had scored twice in a row. I looked at the end of the bench and says, Coach, I promise you I can guard him. Go get him. And that's as simple as it was. That's how he went in the game. I knew he was ready, and he played tremendous once again.
Coach George with this, not a great performance in the first, really turned it on there in the second half. Seemed like he almost got stronger as the half went on. He had those 3 blocks there on the other end defensively. Just what would you say about his performance, especially there in the second half?
I agree with you. I thought he was much better late. I thought early he was settling. We felt like we could punish them down low if we would attack the basket. I thought we settled a little bit. We missed some easy shots early in the basketball game. We got the shots that we wanted. They just didn't go in. It looked like we rushed. 2 or 3 hair balls. But again, Little Rock's they win basketball games because of how they defend, and that's been their MO. You got to give them a lot of credit for some of those missed opportunities. But bottom line is, when we needed to make plays, we had different guys go make plays.
Missed 20 free throws though. How do you explain that? And how did you guys regroup after never continuously missing free throws? I guess what did you do to combat that?
We'll laugh about it, guys. We're not going to miss 20. We're a good free throw shooting team. I can't explain it. I think we led the conference in free throw percentage. I think someone said the other day in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, we're shooting almost 80% as a team. I hope we get to the free throw line a bunch tomorrow, because I know our guys, they'll step up and make them today. Just one of those days. And but the one thing we did now, we did go rebound the basketball, and we rebounded with some authority.
I guess Chavez, one of their big guns, y'all really held him, only had 7 points and was in foul trouble for the game. What was kind of the plan for dealing with him and taking him away from his comfort zone?
Honestly, he wasn't one of our focal points. Neighbor was the guy that we focused on. We wanted to eliminate him. Him and Jackson Williams, they're the 3 guys. We knew Williams, he's going to score some points. Where he hurt us was in the ball screen action. We did a poor job of how we wanted to defend that. We tried to switch it a little bit late. We got to do a better job with some of that tomorrow. But for the most part, I thought we did a great job on Will Neighbor. He had the 1-3 early in the game. We helped off of him. Other than that, he wasn't a big factor.
Coach, obviously it's survive and advance at this point. You do what you do. You do what you need to do to win. But that said, you worried all about fatigue and running out of gas with the way you had to come back and win that game.
You guys worry about that. Trust me, we're not worried about fatigue. Our guys will be ready to roll. I told you before we left, they're going to be much happier they're playing 4 games in 4 days than having 4 practices in 4 days. Because if you've been to one of our practices, I promise you, it's much tougher than what's getting ready to happen tomorrow night at 8:30.
Hi, Coach. Jim Harris, ArkansasSports360.com. You mentioned those 3 Trojans. Chuck Guy, number 13, kind of helped them out to that 13-point lead. I know y'all started pressing and doing some things different, but did you do anything specifically in the half court to stop what he was doing during that stretch before the 8-minute mark?
Well, we wanted to pressure him. We felt like he's a very good catch and shoot guy. He likes to drive. We thought he liked to drive right. I thought he got some of his buckets when he was putting the ball on the floor to his right hand. Jackson's a left-handed kid that wants to go left, and game plan was to not allow them to do that. And I thought, when we got ourselves in trouble, it was live ball turnovers and not sticking to the game plan defensively. When we were locked in, we were pretty good.
Play Denver tomorrow night, Coach. You went on the road to their place and had a tough first half. Had a good second half, but you get another crack at them. Can you just tell me about the Pioneers?
They're a great basketball team, and I think, obviously I was afraid we weren't going to score that day. I think it was, it's 43-16 at the half. And a lot of people talk about the turning point in this team when it finally clicked. I still go back to that game, the second half. We made it a game. We got back to within 11, and I don't think prior to that our guys believed. If they got down 43-16, we were in trouble. But they fought. We had different guys. Carl played tremendous. Nigel had a great game that day, and I didn't do a very good job preparing them that day. Bottom line, I didn't have us ready to play like we should have been able to play. We'll do a better job tonight getting them ready to play tomorrow.
One more question if we have one. All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.